Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today. So we're going to be working on this sketch here. Mine wind up filling up more of the front cover. You'll see it at the end, but the general style of it, I liked how this card turned out. We're going to be using the Transatlantic Travel. It's by Echo Park. I was just showing you there. I have a nail that wind up breaking. But it's funny because we're going to actually be using the nail file to fix some of the edges that I cut out. And I just thought it was funny because of my broken nail. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and start putting some of these together. Now, they just had the base card underneath the start of the pattern papers. Well, as I was putting mats on everything, I realized I wanted a mat in between the cardstock and the pattern paper. So I did my standard mat for that, which is the mat paper would be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and then the pattern paper on top would have been 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then all the other measurements follow the ones that are on the actual what's the word I'm looking for? The actual sketch itself. Okay. And I'm just making sure that all my edges are nice and straight, because I'll show you, I think it's coming up on one of the edges. I try to hold it up to the screen so you can see some of the fuzz balls and what I was trying to get off with the nail file. There it is. It's like just little furry balls. And I've already changed my what's it called, the cutter's blade. Sometimes as you're crafting and you're using it so much, it dulls the blade and it'll cause those the edges to look like that. So I just keep the nail file or whatever file close by so I can just straighten up my edges if I need to. We're going to be using this Concord & Ninth Thanks stamp set and dies. So we're going to start off by inking up and stamping this stamp 3 times, and I made a boo-boo because I stamped it with the VersaFine and I realized that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to stamp it in an actual colored ink, and then I'm going to take the die and cut out 3 times in black paper to put on top of it. So that's why I'm cleaning the stamp, which actually just helps season it. But you'll see me stamp it here 3 times. And this is a craft color ink. Alright, and then off camera I'm going to stamp out or run my die cuts through the machine, so that way after I stamp the sentiment, which is I love fall most of all, I'm going to attach that to its piece, its mat. And I'm also going to attach the die cut pieces once we get everything attached. And I did, obviously I sped this up because I try to keep my videos, from like 10 minutes low, shorter than 10 minutes if I can, because I know, a lot of times no one wants to sit there forever watching videos, so that's why it's sped up. But here I am laying out the 3 pieces that I die cut, and we're just going to use the art glitter glue to lay them down. And I like using the art glitter glue because of the tip that's on it. It's nice and thin, and it allows for intricate die cuts like this to get the glue on the back. I could have used my Xyron, but a lot of times if you're in the middle of crafting or you're trying to get out videos on YouTube, you're grabbing what you have close by so you can complete the video in time. So that's what happens here. So I'm just finishing. I'm going down the little stem. Now I don't go down all the way, I just put a little bit on the card itself, so that way if I did miss a spot, there's some glue down there to attach it to. And then we just have one more. And what I like about using this die is that it has the opening, so it allows for the colored ink to peek out from the bottom. and then I just turned it over and trimmed off the little stems that were hanging off. And then I'm just looking at placement, trying to figure out how and where I wanted to put everything. And I decided to use some foam tape to give a little bit of dimension with the focal piece and the sentiment. So we're just going to, real quick, I grabbed my piercing tool to grab the backing off. And then I put my pen back into the art glitter glue because my top is black, and having a black mat is very easy to lose it, that little pin. So once I was putting the sentiment, I realized, okay, I wanted to use foam tape on it as well, but one side is going to be up higher because of the foam tape under the focal piece. So once I figure out where exactly it's gonna lie, I just add another layer of foam tape to the end that's going to be hanging off of the focal image, and then that gives me extra foam cushion so that it lays flat but it still has dimension. And then to finish the card off, I'm going to take the Nouveau drops. This one is, I want to say it is, yes, it's pale gold. And I always try and play and test with it on the side, so that way I can try and not get peaks when I put it on the actual card. I think with these things, it's just going to take time, unfortunately. Some people have a method and it works. I'm still trying to figure mine out. So, but I like how the card turned out, and I think it's very fall and fun. And even though this paper has a travel theme, you can still make really pretty cards, and this could be for anyone, male, female, and any occasion. Okay, so thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button, and at the very end I will have links to previous Sketch Friday videos, and I will look forward to seeing you guys with our next color video, which will be this Sunday. Thanks again. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, I know I mentioned it, but at the end, if you click on my picture, you'll be able to subscribe to my channel and get alerts whenever I load up content. Thank you guys, and have a great day.